It's Mrs. Curtis. Today is day 14 of the eggs being in the incubator. I'm really excited because that means that they've been in there for 2 weeks and they only have one more week left. A week is 7 days. So in 6 days they're going to start to hatch, and on the 7th day they should be hatched, okay? Very exciting. Should be next week on Friday is the big day. Let's go ahead and look at the temperature and the humidity. Temperature is 100 degrees. Humidity right now is 63%, which is a little bit high, but it's all right. It's not too bad. And there are all 12 of the eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and open the lid. It's pretty warm in there. And I'm gonna turn them, they're on X right now, and I'm gonna turn them to O's. While I'm doing that, we can kind of talk about next week, because next week's going to be an exciting week. And now at about 3 days before they hatch, I don't have to turn them anymore. And the reason for that is because they're going to be finding their way to the top of the eggs, so that when they peck the hole in the egg, they're pecking upward. Now sometimes there's a little bit of a problem when they're pecking to come out, and then one of them comes out, and then they kind of trample all over the other ones, and that has been a problem in the past. So what actually Mrs. Jenkins let me borrow one of her incubators, so that when they do start hatching and coming out, then I can put the ones that have hatched in the other incubator to keep them warm while the other ones are not being disturbed while they're hatching. So that's going to be super helpful. All right, let's show you. That's the extra incubator. It's kind of old and beat up. It's one of our old ones, but I'm going to get that set up for next week. This is the day that we're on right now. I've colored them in. And if you can look, this is 1 week. And this is the next week. They've been in for 14 days. Today is day 14 that they've been in there. And let's go ahead and count and see how many more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. And then on the 7th day there, on day 21 is when they will be hatching. Some of them might even hatch here if they hatch a little bit early. Some of them might hatch a tiny bit late, but not many of them will hatch after day 21, okay? And I wanted to show you on day 14 what they look like inside the egg. So we, of course, cannot crack an egg open and see what they were looking like, but this is what they look like right now. See how it says day 14 right there? And it says their head turns towards the large end of the egg. So I don't know if you've ever looked at an egg completely, but there's kind of like one end of the egg is a little bit smaller and the other end of the egg is bigger. So right now on this day, on day 14, they're turning their head so that their head is now at the bigger end of the egg. And this is just showing you that there is a little bit of air inside of there. I don't know if you've ever eaten a hard-boiled egg before, but usually there's a little piece where there was air in there, like space in there. That's where the air was. So, and we are going to write in our journal today. So here's the journal. It says day. What day is it? It doesn't mean like what day of the video it is. It means how many days have they been in the incubator? They've been in the incubator for 14 days. Okay. And of course, we have not written in our journal every single day that they're in there, which is fine. Don't have to. We don't do that in class anyway. So just every once in a while, like, we'll write in it one day next week, and then we'll definitely write in it when they hatch, okay? The temperature, when we looked at it, was 100. This little circle up here means degrees. And then it was 62% is the humidity. I'll show you what percent is. It's like a slash, like you're gonna make an X, and then it's got a circle and a circle. That means percent. Don't really have to do that yet. And then you're gonna go ahead and draw a picture. Now, like I said, they are now moving so that their head is on this end, on the large end of the egg. Since it's hard for me to draw it like that, I think I'll just turn my paper like this and I'll draw. And this part that has like what the yolk would be, they're not actually inside the yolk. They're now taking over the whole thing. So I'm gonna start drawing, and I'll show you again. Look how big. It's almost filling the entire egg. It's got feathers. You can see the wings. You can see the feet, the claws, the scales, the beak. It's got pretty much everything right now. It's not ready to hatch yet because that yolk hasn't finished digesting it, and it's not completely fully grown yet. So right now, if one of the eggs were to crack or something, they wouldn't survive because they still need to be in there another week. So, but they are very large. So I'm gonna try to attempt to draw again. Now, of course, if you are a better artist than I am, then you draw it the best that you can, as usual. This doesn't tend to be a strength of mine, so I'm just going to try my best because that's what I ask my students to do when they're drawing or writing or anything like that. I always ask them to try their best, so I'm just going to try my best too. And I'm like looking at the picture as I draw it because that kind of helps me a little bit. And then in the picture that I'm looking at, the eye is right there. There's the beak. Okay, and then you can also draw feathers on it. I don't have my crayons and everything right now, but you can definitely color it and draw feathers and do all that wonderful stuff. Add details to it. But I do want the head to be on the big end of the egg. What is happening? Well, what's happening in the egg is that they are turning towards the large end of the egg. So I'm going to say the. This is how you spell the word the. This has been a sight word. You need a capital T, H-E. The reason why I have a capital T is because it's the beginning of the sentence. And then go ahead and make a space. The chick. Ch. Now, that's two letters put together, and it's one of the H brothers. And it's the kind that likes the train. Ch, ch. So it's C-H. Ch, I, K. And that's C and a K. Now, if you only hear a C or a K, then that's what you write because remember inventive spelling. The chick has H. Did you notice that I made a space? H, because it's a new word. Ah, that's an A. Has. So this is what I have so far. The chick has, and I'm going to go to the next line to write turned. T. Now, I only hear R. So if you write R, that's fine with me. But I know that there's a U before the R. So I'm going to put the U. If you don't put the U because you don't hear it, that's fine. Turn. Turned. And when you hear D at the end, it means something that you've already done. It's ED. E-D. You're going to learn that more in first grade. The chick has turned. And I am not done with my sentence because I definitely need a period at the end. All right. Okay, so writing in, if you want to write more, you can always write more. That's always welcome. Okay. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful day today. I miss all of you, and I'm so excited for next week on Friday because they're going to be either hatched or hatching. I'm definitely going to have more videos next week because of the hatching, but I will try to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday because Mrs. Jenkins is going to be doing butterflies on Tuesday and Thursdays, okay? I might need to do a video on Thursday just because there might be some hatching on Thursday, but all right, see you later.